President Trump. Got to remember, this was a massive infrastructure hack, 220 million voter files. Now, China is into these very large hacks. We saw the Office of Personnel Management, Anthem Insurance Company, all the rest of it. China takes all of this data, and what it looks for are people who are vulnerable, who can be turned, who can be intimidated, who can become spies. And of course, with election data, they are looking to see how they can compromise the system. If it weren't important to them, they wouldn't engage in this criminal conduct, which means that they obviously have a lot of uses for this data. And yes, people should be outraged. And this is just no excuse for trying to cover for China, which some people in this country since Thursday have been trying to do.
Good point.
Gordon, affecting or influencing the United States elections is obviously some of the worst that they could do with this data. But on a day-to-day basis, people who are thinking about the threat of China, it's more, you know, what they're getting from China on Amazon and things like that. How would China use this data in nefarious ways that aren't necessarily election related?
Well, they would cross-reference stuff. So, for instance, they're looking for people who have a gambling problem, a drinking problem, a bad kidney, needs money, or has something to hide. And they do that because they go through all of these big databases, not just the 220 million voter files, but all the other hacks that we have seen with really distressing regularity. And with AI, they are able to identify individuals pretty fast. So we have got a problem here in that now they have databases. They know more about the American people than the federal government does. Because the federal government doesn't have access to some of these databases, which now are in China's hands.